my name is Kate McIntosh, and I am the director at the Partnership Center of Excellence at the City of Edmonton, and I'm here with
Lori Kerr. I'm the manager of the Office of Partnerships with the City of Calgary.
And we're at the Municipal Innovators Conference, where we've just presented on the power of partnerships and really talking about how the complexity that we're dealing with as municipalities and cities is so broad and is embedded in systems, and we really need to work with our partnerships and our relationships to tackle society's toughest challenges. So with that, we talked about the 4 cornerstones of partnerships.
And so I'll maybe chat about the first couple of cornerstones we have. One of the first cornerstone we talk about is about defining the partnerships. So in terms of people use the term partner in many different ways. We've formalized the way we use the word partner. It's not in the legal sense of partner, but it's about a relationship together, which we've at the City of Calgary have acknowledged that an agreement's required. But we talk about outcomes, investment, and accountability, and those are shared and mutual, and ensuring that we're focused on what's best for Calgarians and achieving mutual outcomes. So the second cornerstone that we talked about was partnership strategy and direction. And so we talked a little bit about the direction the City of Calgary has taken, which is a formal policy, which is a little bit different in terms of how the City of Edmonton has approached it. Why we went to a formal policy is we've actually been working at this for a decade or so, and we have consulted with our stakeholders, and we heard messages like people are confused, they're not clear about the understanding of what a partner is, and as well inconsistent methods of partnering. And so we're really focused on having a consistent process. There's issues with control and as well as multiple points of contact with our organization. So we hope to strive to provide some consistency, some clarity in terms of how we're partnering and who we're partnering with.
So the next cornerstone is around value and really being able to define what value is and the impact of partnerships. And I think the importance of collaboration and partnerships is well established, but in terms of really being able to understand what value is and how we measure that is largely unanswered. So we really have been working on, first of all, defining value. So it's an achievement of a shared vision to have purposeful impact. And within that have looked at the different components. So one is the actual impact. What are the outcomes and the outputs? And how do we know the impact on citizens and the value that we're getting for the dollars that we invest and the resources we invest in partnerships? The second piece of that is around strategic benefit. So there's the work that the partnership does, the project, but there's also really the piece around the partnership and how they come together and they work together and the value around that. And then the last piece that's kind of related to that is around partnership experience. So thinking about, are there other unintended benefits that come out of the partnership, such as increased communication or access to other networks or information that otherwise might not have happened if we hadn't had the partnership? So then the last cornerstone is really how you move to action. You have your definition, you have your direction, your policy, your framework, you are hopefully measuring some value, but then how do you actually move to action? And so within that, we talk about the tools and systems, the management and leadership practices needed to support good, high-performing partnerships in organizations. And so today we talked about things like a customer relationship management tool, which is an IT system that has all of the different information in it around who's talking to who, when, where, and how. We talked about toolkits, online toolkits that have how-to guides and resources and templates for people working in partnership. We also talked about the development at the City of Edmonton of our 101 course that we're launching this fall that identifies the key competencies that people need to work in partnership and supports them in their everyday work. And then also as a piece of that, creating a community of practice, because we're all working in partnerships across Canada, across the world to build great cities, and we're all having similar challenges and successes, so really working to build on that knowledge together. And I think in our group today, we got lots of interest in our North American Municipal Partnership group that we are going to be having some further discussions this fall on emerging issues. So if you're interested in continuing the conversation about the power of partnerships and building great cities, please contact myself, Kate McIntosh, at the Partnership Center of Excellence at the City of Edmonton.
Or Lori Kerr, the Office of Partnerships at the City of Calgary.
And that's our story. you.